Look in the mirror and ask yourself this question: is this the life I was born to live, or the life I settled for? Because if you're not living on purpose, you're dying by default. Laziness is not just a bad habit, it's a destiny killer. And today we're going to bury it for good. Laziness isn't just about doing nothing, it's the silent assassin of potential. And if you don't take aggressive action now, your purpose will remain buried under excuses. In this video, I'm going to give you the mindset and the movement you need to rise, take dominion, and fix your destiny quickly and powerfully. Let's go. Laziness is the silent thief that robs men and women of their greatness while they sleepwalk through life, convinced that there's always more time. But time is not your friend when purpose is waiting. You were never created to just survive. You were created to subdue, to conquer, to rise, to reign. You were designed in the image of a God who works, who speaks, who moves, and who manifests power through action. That means stagnation is a violation of your divine design. Laziness isn't just about inactivity, it's about dishonor. It's dishonoring your Creator by neglecting the very purpose He placed inside you. Every day you remain still, you insult the potential you carry. Every excuse you make to avoid your assignment is a nail in the coffin of the future you were born to create. The dangerous thing about laziness is that it feels like rest, but it's actually decay. It masquerades as self-care when in reality it's self-destruction wearing a comfortable mask. Purpose does not wait for you to feel like moving. It demands that you act even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when it's humiliating. Because what you fail to pursue aggressively, you give permission to die silently. There are people depending on you to wake up and fight. You don't have the luxury of being lazy, not when lives are attached to your obedience, not when nations are buried in your belly, not when your legacy hangs in the balance. The longer you delay, the heavier the burden becomes. The more you procrastinate, the more you empower mediocrity. And let me be clear, mediocrity is not neutral. It is the enemy of excellence. When you settle, you surrender ground to fear, to doubt, to weakness. You may think you're just taking a break, but in the realm of purpose, every pause has a price. You don't get to be casual with calling and expect to arrive at greatness. God never called you to convenience. He called you to commitment, and commitment means doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Commitment means showing up when it's raining, pushing when it's painful, and building when no one sees you, because God sees and heaven responds to movement. You are not designed for comfort, you are designed for conquest. That's why you feel frustrated when you're idle. That's why you feel the restlessness in your soul when you know you're not doing what you were born to do. Laziness is rebellion against your assignment. It's resistance against your anointing. And it's time to declare war. You cannot fix your destiny casually. You fix it by choosing movement over stagnation, responsibility over excuse, and fire over comfort. No one is coming to hand you purpose. You have to fight for it, chase it, and bleed for it if necessary. But what you'll find is this: the moment you get serious, the moment you reject laziness, the heavens begin to align, resources begin to shift, and destiny begins to unfold at the speed of your obedience. So move, because your future is waiting. When I say become aggressive, I'm not telling you to lose control, explode in emotion, or walk around angry at the world. No. This aggression I'm talking about is deeper, more disciplined, more divine. This is not human rage. This is righteous resolve. This is the kind of aggression that heaven respects, because it's born not from hate, but from hunger. It's a fire that burns quietly but powerfully inside those who are tired of losing time. tired of watching their future slip through their fingers while they stand still. This is authority in motion. It's when you stop asking for permission to pursue what God already gave you permission to own. It's when you realize that passivity is no longer an option, and indecision is a silent agreement with failure. You see, greatness doesn't arrive with a gentle knock. It comes in response to those who storm the gates of life with vision, with discipline, and with an unshakable will. You don't casually walk into destiny. You kick the door down because you understand that what's behind that door is too valuable to wait for, too important to tiptoe toward. The promises of God are yes and amen, but they are not for the passive. They're for the passionate. They're for the pursuers. That's why aggression matters. It's not about being loud, it's about being clear. Clear in your intention, clear in your direction, clear in your refusal to be denied. Aggression says, I'm not asking life to give me what belongs to me, I'm taking it. Aggression says, I'm done praying for open doors while refusing to knock. Aggression says, I'm not waiting on motivation because my purpose is enough reason to move. You don't need another emotional high. You need divine aggression. You need the kind of internal fire that gets up when it's hard, shows up when it's dark, and moves even when the path isn't fully clear. Because purpose doesn't follow ease, it follows effort. And understand this, authority doesn't wait, it commands. It doesn't wonder if it's worthy, it speaks from a position of knowing. When you operate in authority, you're not hoping to be used by God, you're declaring, use me now. You're not trying to figure out your worth, you know your identity. You're not seeking validation, you're walking in revelation. And that mindset makes you unstoppable. When you become aggressive about your assignment, your decisions change, your habits shift, your circle shrinks, your standards rise. Why? Because you've made a covenant with your calling, and you're no longer willing to let fear, doubt, or delay disrupt what God has destined for you. Destiny answers to those who pursue it with fire, with focus, with faith. When you move with godly aggression, heaven responds. Doors open, opportunities align, mountains move, not because you forced it, but because you finally match the weight of your calling with the force of your commitment. So stop waiting, stop second guessing, get up, get moving, and let your aggression speak louder than your excuses. Your destiny is waiting, not for the passive, but for the powerful. Stop petting the excuses you should be executing. Excuses are the lullabies of the lazy. They rock you to sleep while your future burns to the ground. They sound soft, they feel safe, but they're lies in disguise. They give you a sense of temporary relief while your divine assignment remains unfulfilled. Excuses will have you pacified while purpose walks past you and into the hands of someone who decided to act. Hear me today. What you don't confront, you will never conquer, and you cannot conquer what you constantly justify. Some of us are stuck not because life is unfair, but because we've spent years perfecting our excuse-making instead of developing our execution muscles. We've become masters at blaming our upbringing, our environment, our lack of support, our broken pasts. But excuses don't change futures. Decisions do. There comes a moment when you must stand before the mirror and take radical responsibility, not because everything that happened to you was your fault, but because your future still depends on what you choose now. There are no shortcuts around this truth. You will never rise while you're still rehearsing your reasons for staying low. God gave you life, breath, and potential. What you do with it is your worship, your stewardship, your accountability. Every time you say, I can't because, you are shrinking the power of your own voice. You're telling your future to wait while you entertain the same cycles that got you nowhere. But cycles don't break by accident. They break when you stop babying them. You've got to stop being emotionally loyal to your excuses. Stop defending what's destroying you. You don't need another explanation, you need execution. Talk less, do more. Stop analyzing, start activating. The reason so many people feel stuck is not because they're incapable, it's because they're still looking for permission to be great. But destiny doesn't wait for permission, it waits for your decision. It waits for you to finally say, enough of this. Enough of living beneath your calling. Enough of delaying what God told you to do. Enough of saying someday when you could start today. Excuses are the language of fear, and fear is the assassin of faith. So if you're going to move forward, you have to silence every voice that tells you you're not ready, not qualified, not capable. You must speak louder than your limitations, not with arrogance, but with assurance, with the knowledge that your Creator placed something inside of you that doesn't need a perfect past. It just needs a powerful choice. You stop pointing fingers and start planting seeds. You are not a victim of your story. You are the author of what comes next. And no matter what's behind you, the road ahead is still unwritten. So today, make the decision. Not a someday decision, a right now decision. You've pet those excuses long enough. It's time to slay them. It's time to stand up, speak up, and move like you've already been approved by heaven, because you have. Execute, don't explain. Walk in power, not pity. Your destiny is waiting on your movement, not your apology. To fix your destiny speedily, you must understand that destiny doesn't just happen. It's not something that's going to magically fall into your lap because you desire it or dream about it. No. It takes more than wishful thinking and empty prayers. It takes discipline. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door to the life you were meant to live. Without it, you can't move forward, and without movement, you'll never arrive at the destination you were created for. Discipline isn't a temporary action, it's a permanent mindset. It's a decision to align your daily habits with the life you want to create. And it's in these small, consistent actions that the trajectory of your life is set. It's not in one big dramatic move, it's in the choices you make every single day. What you do consistently will determine where you end up. You cannot afford to live based on the whims of your emotions or the distractions around you. Destiny doesn't respond to disorganization or chaos. It responds to structure, to routine, and to the daily decisions that demonstrate your commitment to success. God gave you everything you need to fulfill your purpose. You were born with potential, but potential is just that. It's unrealized power. It's a seed that needs to be cultivated. Without the discipline to nurture it, that seed will never grow. Think of your purpose like a garden. If you plant seeds but don't tend to them, if you don't water them, if you don't protect them from the weeds of laziness and procrastination, those seeds will never bloom into the fruit they were destined to bear. Discipline is the gardener, and it's the gardener that determines whether your potential ever becomes something great or remains a pile of wasted resources. Consistency is the currency of greatness. You cannot expect to achieve greatness with inconsistent efforts. Every great achievement in history, every successful person, every leader who has ever made a difference did so because they committed themselves to consistent, disciplined action. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to strike them like lightning. They simply showed up day after day, putting in the work, making the hard decisions, and sticking with it even when it was difficult, even when it felt like nothing was happening. Greatness isn't a one-time event, it's a result of sustained effort over time. Every disciplined decision you make accelerates your arrival at purpose. The more you dedicate yourself to discipline, the faster you will see results. This isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the person who is worthy of the goal. It's about building the character, the habits, and the mindset necessary to not just reach your destination, but to thrive in it when you get there. Discipline refines you. It sharpens you. It creates an environment where your potential can flourish. And without it, your dreams will remain just that, dreams, unfulfilled and unrealized. If you want to speed up your journey to destiny, then commit to the process of discipline. Stop waiting for the conditions to be perfect. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Take control of your actions today. Every disciplined action is an investment in your future. Every moment you spend in dedication and focus and in hard work is a moment that moves you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. So embrace discipline. Let it become the driving force that propels you toward the life you were always meant to live, and watch how speedily your destiny will unfold before you. Destiny is not a passive pursuit. It is an active and intentional journey. It doesn't sit idly by, waiting for the perfect conditions to align. Destiny is awakened by boldness, bold action, bold decisions, and bold steps toward what you were born to do. If you're waiting for the stars to align before you make your move, you've missed the point. The stars are aligned in your heart. The moment you take action is when the universe starts to conspire in your favor. The truth is, the world doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards those who are willing to step out, to take risks, to face uncertainty, and to act even when the path ahead is unclear. Destiny isn't found in comfort. It's found in the uncomfortable. It's found in the moments where you have to trust what you can't yet see. It's found in the uncomfortable decisions to go when everyone else is staying, to speak when others are silent, and to move when the world is watching. Every moment of hesitation is a moment lost. Every second you spend waiting for the right time is a second you could have been moving forward. If you think that there is a perfect moment for you to step into your purpose, let me remind you that the perfect moment is a myth. God doesn't give you the perfect moment. He gives you the courage to act in imperfection. Waiting for everything to be just right will only keep you stuck in a cycle of indecision and missed opportunities. Boldness is the key that unlocks the doors to your future. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about stepping into the unknown with the faith that God has already equipped you with everything you need. Boldness is saying, I don't know exactly how this will turn out, but I trust that I am walking in the right direction. Boldness isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act despite it. Boldness doesn't wait for permission. It gives itself permission to go after what it knows it was called to do. Delayed obedience is disobedience. When you delay your obedience, you delay your destiny. God has already given you the assignment, and He has equipped you with the tools you need. But the tools are useless if you never pick them up. Destiny responds to action, not to passivity. When you take a step, God provides the grace for the next one, and the second, and the third. Each step is a testament to your trust in God, a statement that you believe He is guiding your path, even when you can't see the end. It's time to stop standing still. The world is waiting for you to move. Your destiny is waiting for you to show up. God is not waiting for you to be perfect. He's waiting for you to be obedient. The moment you step out in boldness, the moment you choose to act despite your doubts, you align yourself with the purpose that was always meant for you. And when you move in boldness, you start to experience the fullness of God's grace and favor, accelerating you toward your destiny in ways that hesitation never could. The time for waiting is over. It's time to be bold, to step out in faith, and to trust that the God who called you will provide everything you need as you move forward. Don't wait for everything to fall into place. Take the first step now. Destiny is calling you to act with courage. The time is now. You cannot escape the reality that everything you experience in life begins with how you think. The condition of your mindset directly shapes your reality. Your circumstances, your accomplishments, even your struggles, everything traces back to the way you think about yourself and your potential. It's the unseen force that drives your actions, decisions, and ultimately the path your life follows. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. Your mindset is the foundation for every success or failure you'll encounter. Laziness is not just a lack of energy or motivation. It's a deeper issue. It's a result of broken belief. It stems from a lack of understanding of your own worth and purpose. You were not created to be average. You were not designed to sit by idly while others pursue their dreams and passions, but somewhere along the way, something happened. You started to doubt your purpose, question your abilities, and lose sight of your God-given calling. Maybe it was a failure that crushed your confidence, or perhaps it was the constant comparison to others that made you feel small. Regardless of the reason, the truth remains. You stopped believing that the potential within you was worth the fight. But today is different. Today you have the opportunity to change that mindset. You can declare to yourself with boldness and confidence that you will no longer allow laziness to dominate your life. You will no longer allow procrastination to steal your time and opportunities. It's time to fix your mindset, because a changed mind changes everything. When you change the way you think, you begin to see life through a new lens. You no longer see obstacles as roadblocks, you see them as opportunities for growth. You no longer view challenges as threats to your success, you see them as stepping stones toward your greatness. It's easy to get caught in the trap of complacency, especially when life feels overwhelming, but I want you to understand that the moment you decide to take action and shift your focus, you begin to reclaim control of your destiny. Your mindset is like a compass. It sets the direction for your life. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and insecurity, your life will reflect that. But when you fill your mind with faith, purpose, and relentless determination, the universe aligns itself with your belief. To fix your destiny, you must fix your faith. Faith is not just about believing that something good will happen to you. It's about understanding that what God has placed in you is more than enough to overcome any obstacle. Faith is the belief that no matter how difficult the journey, the purpose within you is worth every struggle. It's about trusting in the process and knowing that every challenge is building you into the person you are destined to become. When you shift your mindset, you align yourself with the plan God has for your life. You start seeing opportunities instead of limitations. You begin taking steps toward your purpose with confidence, knowing that you have everything you need to succeed. The breakthrough comes when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start acting with what you have right now. Today is the day to fix your mindset, to fix your focus, and to fix your faith. It's time to take authority over your thoughts and your actions. No more excuses, no more delays. The future you desire is already waiting for you, but it starts with the decision to change the way you think. Fix your mind, fix your focus, and your destiny will follow. You've wasted enough time. You've coddled comfort too long. Your future is screaming for you to show up. So kill the laziness, rise in aggression, and speed toward your destiny. Like a warrior who knows, I was born to dominate, not drift. Stop playing small, get aggressive, and fix your destiny